Hey guys, let's see. We got Sniper. Nice to see you, Sniper. And we got William. Nice to see you, William. Give me a second, guys. Thinking about ordering a book. A used book for only a couple of dollars. Let's see. William says, how you doing this evening? We're getting ready to have a thunderstorm. Sniper says, long day. Huge hedge reduction today. My body knows it's Friday. You had a big day yesterday too. You're saying that your knees and your back were um, aching a bit. I will tell you the book I'm thinking about ordering. Um, if I can find it. Thinking about ordering the book Way of the Rose. You guys, I've mentioned before my interest. Hey, Kat, my interest in the divine feminine. Um, the Way of the Rose, and I mentioned this, the radical path of the divine feminine hidden in the rosary. I have an affinity for rosary beads as well, or we can call them japa beads. I use them as japa beads, reciting sometimes the uh, Om Namah Shivaya or the Hare Krishna mantra. I also like I do like Hail Mary. It's a beautiful prayer. This is what I was reading. Give me 1 second. Hey, just Joshua. Hey, Stillman. Stepper says, shed skin, new breath, uh, old held tight, meets gentle death, rising sun. Josh said, those kids are surely not going to college, just 2025. Yo, what's up? I'm from Scotland. That's my great Scottish accent, by the way. Um, that's what kids are for. Louise, 2025. Hey man, you're bald. Yogi, 2025. And I'd wear that sticker like a bagel. That was Josh, that last one. All great quotes. You are the quote collector. I appreciate that. Never know. Hey, Jace made it. Awesome. Hey, MK. I remember when I said some of those quotes. So this is what Maria Felipe. Maria Felipe was a commentator for the WWE who became a reverend, and she teaches A Course in Miracles. And she wrote a book about called "Live Your Happiest: Living the Principles of A Course in Miracles." But she's talking about Hail Mary here. Says the Hail Mary is not just a prayer. I want to read this specifically for Shirley, so I might read it again. The Hail Mary is not just a prayer; it's a portal. Imagine that. It's a portal. Every time you say the Hail Mary, you're not just praying, you're activating light, rewiring your mind, coming home. Hail Mary, these aren't just phrases, they are cosmic codes still pulsing in your soul. Full of grace, the Lord is with thee. When you speak this, you're not just honoring her, you're awakening the grace within you. Blessed art thou among women. The Hail Mary doesn't idolize, it activates the divine feminine within you. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. This line honors the miracle of birthing light. Jesus is born again in your awakened awareness. Holy Mary, Mother of God, you're not just begging for help here, you're surrendering to the love that already carries you. Pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. What if sinner just means the one who forgot? This prayer awakens the one who remembers. Praying the Hail Mary isn't repeating words, it's remembering who you are through the mother. I love that. Remind me again to read that for Shirley. Jace says Shirley deserves a bell ring. And she definitely does. You're right about that, Jace. Let's get the old bell up and a ringing. It's for Shirley. And when you hear this and you hear the vibrations, it is sending out love to her. It is sending out love to Nick. Love following the vibration of a bell. We actually don't know where it ends. Just keeps on vibrating. Thank you so much, Jace. What's up, Dan? How are you guys feeling today after your big workout? Jace, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be doing a month of doing the weights with Dan. Because in less than a year, the size you put on from doing body weight, and now you add in a little extra resistance, it's going to be huge. Josh says, a bell ring. Stephen says, another word is hallelujah, but it's not what you think. You want to give us a synopsis? Corman says, up, Jace, great work today. Hey, Willa. Jace says, Willa, hey. Sniper says, laughing. You rang the bell and an advert came on for wrist exercise machines. There's the rain, guys. We need it. Well, it's been raining a lot. Well, it's really coming down. Hope we don't get a tornado. We did last year, right about this time. I assume I will receive a notification. I told you about the tornado last year. I got a notification when I was in bed, and it said that basically it was here and seek shelter immediately. So I tried to get my cats down into the basement, and have you ever tried picking up two cats who are scared? They did not want to go downstairs at all. So, and my phone kept beeping, seek shelter immediately, seek shelter immediately. And I thought, well, if my cats aren't going down, I'm not going down. I can't abandon my cats. They're dependent on me. So I just sat with them. Occasionally looked out the window. I saw trees that I grew up with getting uprooted right in my backyard. It was pretty nasty. The house was actually right now vibrating just a little bit. Thank you, Josh. Dan says, can't believe how easy that slave cylinder on my car was. I should buy a lottery ticket. I don't even know what that is, Dan. Jace just had 4 eggs for supper too. Is that all? I know you didn't just have 4 eggs. 4 eggs and what, like 127 potatoes? Just says you're live in your name, Yogi's basement. Right now, this is just a yogi in his office. Jace says, "Be safe, Yogi, and all in the U.S." Thanks, Jace. I haven't received any notification. Someone says, I'm not letting Harrison go out with my sister. Not happening. What does your sister want to do? Well, it says, I just need to take my hand of things. I just need to take my mind off of things. Gotcha. I can understand that. So I mentioned cognitive shuffling to help you sleep. And the ever creative um, Cat and Jack, you guys hear the thunder? Um, Jay says that's crazy. I had chips too. I'm not surprised. Um, she used the cognitive shuffling to help with when her mind's racing, when it won't settle down. It's worth a try. It's definitely worth a try if you're trying to sleep, but also if you're just trying to um, get your mind off something. Give yourself 20 minutes. See what happens. But man, what it does is it mimics the process of the brain when it's preparing to go to sleep. So pick any word at random. Any word. Noodle. Don't know why that came in. Um, and now I'll take the first letter, N, and free associating. Whatever word beginning with an N comes to mind. Whatever. Then go to the next one. O. Whatever word comes to mind. Do that for like 10 seconds. And then you just go all the way to the end. Pick another word, repeat. I find very often lately I haven't even made it all the way through the first word before I drift off to sleep. Hey, Skits. Dan says, yeah, was not fun. Driving to work this morning was shifting hard. About got stranded. Oh, he was saying, Dan was explaining, it's just a piston that runs of your brake fluid pressure. It engages and disengages the clutch on a 5-speed. So you got it taken care of. Joshua says it happened close to my town I live in. Someone says he's forcing them. Well, Selma, they should not be forced. If they don't want to, they don't have to. Harrison's not the boss of anyone. Hey, Commander Alpha Turkey. Someone says she's doing well, but my ex-boyfriend is bad too for my sisters. I believe it. He wasn't good to you. Dan says Chevy is pretty smart the way they designed this one. Even if the seal on cylinder fails, it will still work still work, but barely. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Yogi, your consistency is a good reminder for me. How are you, my friend? Ryan, I'm doing good. And I appreciate those words. Thank you very much. Consistency, my only superpower, my only talent. It says, Jace, I must apologize. My phone died before. Jace says, I chose the word poppy. Peas. On peas. Please, Stogie. With that, I don't believe that was random, Jace. Josh says, well, I'm out. Bye, beautiful people. Bye, Josh. Thanks for coming in. Keeper of the quotes. Harrison thinks he's the boss, but he's not. He is not. You're right about that. Separate says, greeting, Ryan. This is Skits. All good, bro. If you don't want to talk, just hang up. Much love. Oh, yeah. I hang up on Jace all the time. Matter of fact, the only reason I pick up the phone is so I can hang up on him. Dan says Yogi always bring peace of mind. Hey Lucy. Hey guys, Lucy's gonna be live tomorrow morning. Uh Lucy, was it 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. your time? Stephen says Selma, they're your younger sisters. Well, it says Skid says he was in mid sentence too. I was talking about the different hand sizes, how gigantic my hand actually is. Jason, his trick photography. Hey Luna. Hey Luna. I take exception to that comment. I did actually cut my hair, all of my hairs, earlier today. Had you been in earlier, you would have noticed that I was looking particularly shaggy. But I took matters in my own hands, my friend. Oh, that would be Monday. Gotcha. Monday, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. I will be doing free yes or no fair questions. Guys, take advantage of that. Free. You have a talented young lady who is using one of her gifts in order to help people absolutely for free. Selma, I would leave Harrison completely alone because you're not even going out with him. He's still causing you trouble. He's still causing you pain. That's not good for you. Hey, Mike. How are you, my friend? How's the fishing? I was in your live stream. Was it yesterday? It says, poor man, your legend, Bill. Stepper says, he made you see an optician? Probably. Poor man says, thanks, Skits. Jason's the legend. Hopefully, get 1K next time. Man, both of you are putting in the work. Lucy says, empathic. Thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, Lucy. And that is, again, it's a great gift. And not only is it natural, but you also, because you're doing the card reading, you're enhancing that gift as well. Someone says, I'll get my sisters because Harrison is bad for my sisters. I agree. Do agree with that. Mike says, yes, I was okay. We were just hit by a tornado. Power's out all over St. Louis. Restoration is in, 3 to 5 days. All my food is going to bad. I'm sorry about that, Mike. Hey, I hope our friend Brian Lane is okay too. He's in St. Louis. I have to remember to send him a message. Someone says, I love you, Yogi. I love you too, Selma. Skid says, Jace is established legend, poor man, and is going on to become legendary. I agree with that. Dan says, damn MP. Prayers, man. I'm not too far north of you. Brian says, you and Jace should do a podcast. You guys together is a vibe. Thanks, Ryan. I would love to do a podcast. I'd love to do a podcast with Jace. I'd love to do a podcast just interviewing other people. I don't know how to do a podcast. I do know how to do live streams. Mike says, I email Greg, no answer. Well, hey, Mike, first to you, first to Greg, first to everyone in that St. Louis area. Hey, Jim Rat. It says podcast would be lit. What's the difference between a podcast and a um, live stream? Like if I were to do a live stream, like with Kat and I live streaming together. I had the great privilege of being Kat and Jack's sidekick yesterday. Well, it says sending love to all. Love to you too, Willa. Jay says, "Squirrel, I do watch your stuff." Jimrat says, "Yogi, your live stream is essentially a podcast, my boy." Okay, well, thank you, Jimrat. William says, "Freedom at last." What are you free of, William? Hey, Vern. Vern says, "I found your channel again. Thanks to Sebastian. I lost you for a minute, Yogi. I'm glad you're back, Vern. Hey, how can we stay? How can we stay found? I always appreciate you being here, Vern." Everyone is saying hi. Someone says, "Sniper, I love your videos." Jason says, "Silly baby Dan did 608 crunches unbroken." Man, that's incredible. Sniper says, "Break light." MK says, "Hey, okay, time for spamming." And there we go. We'll get some love spam. Thank you, MK. Brian says, "I think with how genuine you are, having the in-person sit-in with people of different walks of life would be great. Not taken away from lives, just another branch on your tree." Gotcha. Thank you, Ryan. I'd love to sit down with my hunting and fishing community friends. I think some people might appreciate uh, dichotomy between a vegan sitting down with friends who are fishermen and hunters and actually be surprised with how much we actually have in common. I mention all the time how much I absolutely love Bob's channel, Anything is Possible, as well as MK, of course, as well as our friend Mike, who's up above, MVP Fishing. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with people of the. I don't talk politics really. My politics could probably be guessed fairly easily. I would sit down with someone who's completely opposite, even if they were uh, like to the point of, you know, hostile towards my own belief. I'd still sit down and have a conversation. And again, just like with the um, hunting and fishing community, I bet you we could get down to things that we have in common. Jim Rat says, "Much love to all you guys. Much love to you, Jim Rat. I enjoyed talking to you today." MK says, "Hey to Vern." William says, "I wish my ego, but I'm settling for freedom locationally." So what happened, William? Someone says she's taking her sister to her friend's house. Good move. Hey, Maddie. Maddie's dropping a link before bed. I appreciate that. Appreciate you coming in. Hey, did I miss your fly tying? I didn't see anything come up. I didn't get any notifications. William says, "Be right back. Need water. Going to go. Be a burden to my family." Foreman says, "I get what you're saying, Sniper, but how much is actual flame? At one point, does the fuel combust and become a flame?" Mike says, thank you, thank you, thank you. I heard that in your voice. I tried to do it a little bit in your voice still. Always appreciate hearing you say that. Taking my supplements. Supplement. Sissy says, aye, vroom, vroom, vroom. Boom. That's an excellent point. I'm going to take that under consideration. The ever poetic Sissy. How are you, my friend? Everyone's saying hi. Mike says, I can't do this long. I'm running battery extenders. Hey, take care of you, Mike. Save your battery. Man, if things are going to be out for 3 to 5 days, you definitely need to be. I hope you have a generator. Hey, Toy Pups. Jace says, Mumsy Wumsy, have a great weekend. Hey, Jace, you guys got a 3-day holiday. And Toy Pups says a 3-day holiday. Hey, Shirley. Shirley, I just read a little thing about the reciting the Hail Mary, the doing the rosary. And if you would like, I would read it again because I read it in your honor, thinking of you. Only fitting that I read it when you're here. Shirley said, Sniper, I subbed to a guy on YouTube named Metatron, who reminds me of you just because he's so smart. Do you know of him? Everyone's saying hi. Hey, Sebastian. Sebastian says, I've been here just under a different umbrella. Someone's going to take care of her sisters. I know you will. Oh, next weekend for you guys. Shirley says my rosary crew meets at 5 p.m., but I will state it here for sure. I can read it. What time is it now? Let me read it right now. Guys, you've already heard this once. So this is for you, Shirley. The Hail Mary is not just a prayer, it's a portal. Every time you say the Hail Mary, you're not just praying, you're activating light, rewiring your mind, coming home. Hail Mary. These aren't old phrases. They are a cosmic code still pulsing in your soul. Full of grace, the Lord is with thee. When you speak this, you're not just honoring her, you're awakening the grace within you. Blessed art thou among women. The Hail Mary doesn't idolize, it activates the divine feminine within you. And blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. This line honors the miracle of birthing light. Jesus is born again in your awakened awareness. Holy Mary, Mother of God, you're not begging for help here, you're surrendering to the love that already carries you. Pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. What if sinner just means the one who forgot? This prayer awakens the one who remembers. Praying the Hail Mary isn't repeating words, it's remembering who you are through the mother. I love that. All right. Where was I? Hey, Annie Mama. How are you? Appreciate you being here. Let me bring up your channel real quick. I'm actually surprised, my friend, and I apologize. I am not subscribed to you, but I am now. Um, Auntie Mama's kitchen. This is her description. I love the beginning. I'm in the kitchen, baby. Here on Auntie Mama's channel, um, you will be educated on cooking for the soul. Beautiful. You will learn many of the tips and tricks when it comes to preparing baked, fried, and many types of food. You will get decorating tips from Auntie Mama on how to spruce up your house during holiday season. Very nice. Full support, my friend. If there's anything we can do for you, let me know. Let me make sure that I subscribe. Let me make sure that I hit receiving all notifications. If you subscribe to someone, guys, um, make sure you hit to receive everything. As well, if you would like to subscribe to some of our friends, let's make it easy for you. Let's see. Soulstar says to Mama's Kitchen, I see you, beautiful sister and beloved friend. This is up. I read that. Flip up says Shirley. Sebastian says Selma, I hope you're okay. Let's see. Mike says no, and it's illegal to extend them between houses in St. Louis. Well, I got a line from the police last time I did. You got a fine. I got to go, Yogi. Got to save. Understood, my friend. Be safe. When you're able to, let us know how everything's going. Brian says, do you do any camping? It's been a while. I used to love camping. I would camp every single weekend, all through my 20s, much of my 30s. In my 40s, I didn't because I was ultra running. So I was camping out as I was running. Same through my 50s. My last race, I think my last ultra race, I was 57, 56, 57. So it's kind of like ultra running is kind of like camping. Mike says uh, TTFN. I actually don't know what that means. My friends and family. First, you Mike. Brian says, Jace, hope you're doing good, my friend. Hey, Brian, how are your workouts going? Someone says, I'm so mad already now that you guys understood, Selma. Hey, Dolly. Dolly says, greetings, Yogi. Greetings, my friend. Everyone says, got to run to the store. Be back tomorrow. Maybe until I got to leave for work. Gotcha. Selma, it's happening. Your sisters are choosing it. If they don't want to go out with Harrison, they don't need to go out with Harrison. Hey, Lexi, you can tell them what a bad person he is. Uh, you can get your parents involved. In the end, your sisters are making that decision. Maybe they just need to see. Sissy says, we see commonality and compassion together as one sovereign creator. Amen. Lexi says, Toy Pups, Olivia wants to go live today. Someone says she's going live. Hey, Jeff. Jeff says, hi, brother. Hey, Cat and Jack, you still hanging out? You listening? Tip Up says, I can't, Lexi. Sorry, honey. Shirley says, Soma, an abuser will always be an abuser, no matter what they say afterwards. Thank you for that advice, Shirley. Jay says, connected with Jeff. Jace, what's your plans for the weekend? Pup says it's a long weekend in Puppyland, and so we're spending it with family. Important time. Someone's calling the police on Harrison. Soulsurf says, uh, Auntie Mama's Kitchen, thank you for listening. And you are loved and appreciated with Christ's energy. Hey, Lori. Let me bring up Lori's channel, make sure that I'm connected. I'm pretty sure that I am, and I am. Flip Up says, just subbed. All right. Up early with Xena. Lots of food and walks. And some reps, right? You gonna go live with Dan? Anyone else? Flip Up says, Jace. Sissy says, Sally, great to see you here. Get some unicorn vibes. So soon, guys, we are going to cover Metta, Metta. It's a Pali word. Pali is the original language of the Buddha, and it means loving kindness. We're going to do loving kindness meditation. I want to stress the importance, meditation in general, but this particular meditation, if you suffer any kind of anxiety, any kind of fear-based thought, fear-based thought system that makes you feel trapped, loving kindness is the antidote developed by the Buddha for the sole purpose of combating fear and anxiety. Sissy says, so good to see so much diversity and love. We meet here. Thank you. It is nice, isn't it? Someone says, I love you guys. We love you too, Selma. Phoenix says, trapped. What's going on? Are you feeling trapped, Dolly? Lori says, love what you're doing, Eric. Have a great evening, all. Thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate you saying that. Dolly says, love and kindness. Amen. So it's been a while since I've personally practiced loving kindness meditation. I've taught it to quite a few people, particularly a friend who was going through a divorce and found herself hating her soon to be ex husband, and it was damaging her relationship with her son. And practicing loving kindness meditation helped reshape her view towards her husband, not excusing what he did. Big difference. Shirley says, Yogi, if you could email that Rosie information, I'd really appreciate it. I will. Hey, do you have I found it from a teacher that I follow on Instagram. It's very powerful information. Phoenix says, I was trapped, being set free. Awesome. Hey, Phoenix, if you ever want to come up on the live stream and show people I'll see if I can find a way of converting it, Shirley. I wonder if I could share it on YouTube. I'll see what I can do. If need be, I'll just type in the information for you, Shirley. Oh, okay. Jay says, Yogi, send me the information, the info, and I can forward it to Shirley. Gotcha. Thanks, Jace. You know, when it came across, again, a teacher that I follow, without missing a beat, Not even a blink of the eye. I immediately thought of you, Shirley. Skit says Phoenix. That's what I was saying. Yeah, if you ever want to come up and let people know, Dolly, how you were trapped and how you're being set free, I know it would inspire a lot of people. Hey, the Reinhardts. Reinhardt says, just got off work. Hope you had a good day at work. Shirley says, see you tomorrow, and thank you so much. Take care, Shirley. Thank you so much, my friend. We actually rang the bell for you, Shirley. Jace's suggestion. Reinhardt says, what's up, people? Jace says, welcome in, hearts. All right, guys. So, you guys know what one of my all-time favorite things to do is? It's not burpees. It's not kettlebells. I do like burpees. I do like kettlebells. You know, I love talking about Course Miracles. You know, I love talking about meditation and yoga. But if you've ever spent any time here, you know I like reading stuff. You know I like reading poetry. Came across a poem that I'd like to read. It's called Do Not Forsake Me. The path unwinds the silver thread through mists where ancient fears are bred. The air grows thin, the shadows creep, secrets the silent mountains keep. My fragile craft begins to sway as anchors slip away. The guiding stars shall start to blur, a sense of loss, a chilling stir. Through trials deep, a darkened sea, my only hope resides in thee. So hear my plea through softly sighed, in this vast unknown be my guide. Do not forsake me in this plight, but be the dawn that ends the night. For if your light should cease to gleam, lost in the void, I'll fade a dream. That, my friends, is a beautiful, beautiful poem. And it happens to be from our friend Scroll Sniper. It's on his wall. If you get a chance to go visit. He says, Jace always rings my bell. Now that song is going to be in my head. Ring my bell. Brian says, workouts are going good. I phrased into more of a priming regime for the next 3 to 6 months. Nice. Is it still basically the full body workouts? He says, Dolly, when you click the link, you have to expand the little markers to cover it all, and then it will ask to open the ways to copy them and paste them in a search bar. Hey, Luke, it has been a bit. How you been? MK says, singing, of course. Reinhardt says, we're in a house cleaning business out here in Vegas. We were actually cleaning the owners of the LA Chargers last night. Oh, wow. Nice. I bet you that's a big house. Phoenix says, even more beautiful than the first time, if that's even possible. You know what? It is one of those poems. The more you read it, the more it sinks in, you know? Something about songs that are so lyrical or poems that are so lyrical that way. How they sort of bypass the logical mind and they go straight into the soul. So how you been, Luke? Let's see. Skit says, "Ring my bell." What song is that, Eric? Can you sing it? I've never heard it before. I can't sing it. I wish I could. I bet you that Um, I bet you Sissy could sing it. It's man, who did it? You can ring my bell. YouTube it real quick, skits. I'll be honest, it's not a very. I don't think it's a very good song, but it's a song from my youth. Someone says, "I hope Harrison learns his lesson." I do too, Selman. Oh, you do know the song? You were trying to get me to sing it. I got my singing in yesterday. I will. I. I don't think I can do it again for another year, at least. Except it says, "You can ring my bell, ring my bell." That's it. I'm actually surprised you know it, Skits. My bell, ring a ding a ling. That's it. Hey, Cheyenne. Cheyenne, how you doing? Brian says, I stay on a full body by feel, prep range, while avoiding redlining and staying very flexible. Then we go through power building, period, where we do heavy squats and deadlifts 1 time per week. Remember you describing one of the morning live streams, your workout, and I thought, you know what? It's pure genius. Phoenix is singing too. Reinhardt says, tell you all a little bit about myself and my YouTube channel. It gets you a chance to get to know my little family. Give me 1 second, guys. Their description, by the way, lets you know how much fun they have. Rollerblading, hockey training, family, fun. And if you look, guys, I hope you subscribe to the Reinhardts. They have a lot of fun. I just re-hit the make. I just hit the receive all notifications to make sure that I am gonna get them. So it says I'm doing okay. Been dealing with anxiety again today. I'm sorry, Cheyenne. Jay says I've had a good day. Loaded, unloaded. Wow. That 3,200 kilograms in 20 kilogram units. Drive 8 hours. That's a long drive. Uh, got worked hard by Dan, walked Xena, and all in 19 hours. That's soon. Sing it, Yogi. You can come up and sing it, Jace. Someone says, ring my bells. Soulstar says, so good. It took a screenshot of the heartstrings of a horn and cello going spot, spot. Interesting. Cheyenne, anything we can do to help with your anxiety? Someone says, Yogi is ringing the bells. He's amazing. That's my song. I like that song. Thank you. Zephyr says, 8 hours getaway. Phoenix says, hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young, old, meek, and the bold. Almost said bald. Ken says, thanks, Skits. I'm glad we're friends. Luke says, Eric, how come you have so much time to go live every day? Do you work from home? This is actually my work. This is what I'm literally doing. I do a few other things, you know. I occasionally charge people for meditation. I occasionally charge people for breath work. Um, I'm living. I've been living off of some savings. I wish I had started YouTube about a year earlier than I did. Um, so I'll be honest with you, at 60 and without a car, I'm reluctant to get back into the workforce because right now means I'd have to find a local job, which aren't all that easy to get right now. And it means I'd have to walk a couple miles to get there, and I'd work for 8 hours. I'd walk a couple miles to get back. I would not skip my no matter what job I got. I wouldn't skip my 2:30 wake up for meditation, breath work, and yoga. Um, and I wouldn't skip my writing time. So I would pack everything in there along with 8 hours of work. Or, hey, Johnny Cash, um, I could see if I can earn a modest income on YouTube. That's the goal. Jan says, no, Eric, uh, just you guys being my friends helps with anxiety. So thank you for that. You're welcome, Cheyenne. You are welcome. Johnny Cash says, I built the boat deck on my Titanic on Minecraft. Interesting. I've never seen Minecraft before. Someone says, kisses, Cheyenne. Thank you, Selma. Jeff says, please, can all mods follow each other? Antimama says, that's awesome, Eric. Thank you. So here's the deal for those who don't know. Um, probably almost everyone does. I I left after the insistence of my then wife, working in retail management in the supplement industry to start my own personal training business, and it was pretty successful. I did quite a few. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my friend. Our friend Lori just did a super chat. Much, much appreciated. I was sort of a lousy retail manager. I was good in retail, and I enjoyed selling things to people who needed it. And I refused to. So I said, bad timing. Sorry. Nope. No need to be sorry at all, my friend. Thank you so much. You give a little reply. I do not believe in bad timing. Um, but I was unhappy in working in retail. They kept threatening me. Jay says, 30 legend. Thank you, Jace. Both of you guys are legends. Truly so. Yeah, I kept getting threatened to be promoted, to be made a regional manager, to manage my own store instead of being an assistant manager. I was actually happier just not being um, a manager at all. Anyway, long story short, um, I ended up quitting job. I started my own business. The business was pretty successful, um, but it started becoming unsatisfying as you get older. You want to keep helping people. You want to make a difference, and sometimes just helping people get a bigger bench press, or squat more, or make a team. Um, it's important. It's important for a while, but you want to add lasting impact on someone's life. Um, so I started thinking of other things to do, but then COVID hit, and my father had developed congestive heart failure, or it deepened. I became a full-time caregiver for my dad. Um, After my divorce, I moved back to stay with my dad and my mom, who was suffering from Alzheimer's. So I was a caregiver with my dad, who had a stroke, for my mom. And then when my mom passed away, I stayed with my dad, and I was his caregiver. During COVID, hey, Michael, my one and only concern was to keep my dad safe because um, I wasn't going to have him die in the hospital alone and isolated. And with heart failure, congestive heart failure, even a cold would have been too much for him. So I basically shut down my business when my father passed away. My brother and I inherited the house. Hey, Jason. Jason, welcome home, my friend. Our friend Jason was in the hospital, but he's home now. Um, so the last few years, I was living off of savings, um, and I started like by accident developing a YouTube channel. And I started. The funny thing is, I was a burpee channel. But when I finished my burpees, I would sit and talk, and I started talking about yoga. And people said, "Why don't you make it that your channel, you talking?" So I did. I didn't know what I was going to call it, and um, I had said to Mocha at the time, what could I call my channel? Just a yogi doing burpees in my basement. And she said, "Well, there you go." And there's the name. So this is what I've been doing. Been talking to you guys. I'm a professional talking to you guys person. Phoenix says yes. Yogi caregiver is an extremely heaven sent heavy load, heavy burden to carry. Great job. Thank you, Dali. You and I've been on this subject before. I know you have been there. I remember you just the other day talking about your workouts of lifting. Just gets to sending lots of love and positive vibes, as you always do. So, Jason, how are you doing? This is good to see and hear from everyone. It's good to see you. But now, my friend, you've been on my mind, my friend, and I appreciate the updates that you've done on your channel. Auntie Mama's Kitchen says, welcome home, Jason. Willow says, I'm just really sad at the moment. What's going on, Willow? Sissy says, too much of anything creates stressors, uh, um, anomalies. Anomalies. I knew I could get it. I just had to keep sounding it out. That made disclaimer alert result in other ego fear-based philosophy. I like that. Sissy, you're someone else. I would absolutely love to come up and hear you talk about that. Jason says, love everyone. Love to you, Jason. Man, it's really nice seeing you doing your clips again, doing what you do best. Anyone on YouTube. Jason says, love everyone. Abigail says, love you, Phoenix. Hey, Abigail. Stephen says, what's all yoga? Yoda, sorry. Brian says, kind of cheesy maybe, but building strength in someone, physical or mental, will be remembered by them forever. Whether it's fond memories of you or a point of self-pride, recalling that moment in time. Hey, Ryan, that's a good point. It's a really good point. And thank you for reminding me that. Because you know what? It's that way for me. I'm not a heavy lifter right now. But I think back on those heavy times with great fondness, actually with love. I'm getting back to a little heavier kettlebells. I have some things that I would like, some intents with the kettlebells. Let's see, Mama's Kitchen says, thanks for sharing this, Eric. You're welcome so much, my friend. Jason says, love you, Eric, my friend. Your good brother. Thanks for the prayers. You're welcome. Always, Jason, always. I'm just glad you're home. Abigail says, I'm doing amazing. I'm glad to hear that. Abigail is one of the most positive people that I know. Hey, Abigail, you got some storms your way. Everything okay? Jason says, thank you, Eric and friends. We get a thumbs up. Sniper says, can you pinpoint what it is? Yoda. Oh, Squirrel Sniper, it's not good. Really not. Sissy says, thank you for being yourself, no matter where you think you began. Thank you. Jason, who is in the same state as our friend MK, he had really bad storms too. Power is out in St. Louis, guys. Got a charged phone, having bad storms here right now. And the chaos, Eric. I'm trying. Be safe, Jason. Mama's Kitchen says my husband had triple heart bypass surgery. It will be a year in July, so I know about being a caregiver. Um, it was. I named the top three things that I've done in my life. Two of them was being a caregiver, one for my mom with Alzheimer's. Um, the other being a caregiver for my father. The other was being a caregiver for my stepdaughter. My then wife went to Iraq. She was 23 and a half years in the Air Force. Um, and she asked me if I would stay. I think my stepdaughter was starting high school, which is a hard time for. She's very sensitive, um, young lady. She's an artist, um, and it was school was hard for her. Starting high school was really difficult, let alone having a mother in a war zone in Iraq, world away. Luke says, I will catch you later, Eric. Enjoy your day. I'm on vacation next week in Rome, Italy. Wow, first time. Enjoy Rome. Thanks for coming in, Luke. Phyllis says, Rusty is, well, dying. Well, I think it's nearly her time. She was improving. Now she looks bad. And she, I don't know, is waiting game. Sounds mean, but I can't do anything else. But it doesn't sound mean at all. Doesn't sound mean at all. Willow, you kept her alive, feeding her every hour sometimes, giving her medication every hour. Um, you could never ever sound mean. You did everything you could beyond the call of what so many other people would do. Uh, give you give yourself credit for that love. Luke says, much love and more power to you, Eric. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that. Jay says, I'm in bed now. Sleep must I for a few hours. Much love and peace to you all. Much love and no peace. Peace for you, no peace for me. Brian says, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, and it's been a virtual windstorm all day. Be safe, Ryan. MK, sending love, sending hugs to Willa. Breath work. So we can do, going to end the live stream in just a few minutes. We got an hour in. We could finish off with some breath work, or Willow, I could reach out to you on Messenger, and you and I could do breath work. What do you think? It says, good night, Jace Bro. Depends. You guys, anyone else in the chat want to do some breath work? We can do some breath work to help Jace fall asleep. Hey, Chris. Will says, I'm not trying to fake it and be happy, but I'm trying for MK, but yes. Yeah, but you don't need to be happy. Feel what you feel, Willow. Don't bypass it. Hey, Chris. Snitches Dog Realm says, hi, Skits, and hi to MK. It's nice to see you, Chris. Chris says, well, it's not easy taking care of a sick parent. I took care of mine a long time ago. Soulstar says, Agape Omni Love to you as well. Brian says, have you considered youth work mentorship? Your energy is the type that young people flourish through. The talk of caretaking for your stepdaughter makes me think. I hadn't thought of that before. Someone mentioned continuing caregiving service. But here's why I decided after my father passed away to get my teaching certification in meditation. because I was confronted with the thought, what does a caregiver do when the focus of their care is no longer here, no longer informed? And I gave that serious thought and consideration. And the answer came to me: continue to care, continue being a caregiver. Except now, instead of being focused on someone specific in my life, I'm focusing on every single person that I come in contact with. And YouTube is a wonderful way of expanding that contact. So I still take my role as a caregiver serious. Oh, okay, we'll do it here. Stephen says, Jace is already asleep. Didn't need my help at all. So, Willow, you're not just waiting for her to die. You are tending to her while she's alive. There's a big difference. And there's a lot you can do, and you're already doing it. You can just be there. You can just be the presence. All right, guys, we're going to do some breath work. MK says always up for his breath work. Toy Pup says, please share a short or a video of the yogi to support the channel. Guys, please. Thank you, Toy Pups. Thank you so much. That is helpful. MK says, hey, nature dog. Sissy says, after that, held my grandmother's hand as she passed. After that, forgiveness. So the ones who broke me the most could pass with ease. Oh, I took care of my mother, and after 4 aneurysms, ruptured in her brain. Well, I don't think it's an accident. Dolly was a caregiver. Chris was talking about being a caregiver. Sissy, I don't think it's an accident that we've been drawn here as caregivers, and that every single one of you guys, you still have, man, go to Nature's Dog Realms channel. You know she's a caregiver. You know she's continuing to be a caregiver in what she's doing right now. Hang out for an hour and you'll see that. Listen to Dolly on one of her live streams, and you know she's a caregiver. Listen to Sissy. You know she's a caregiver. Hang out with Toy Pups. Listen to Willow. She's a caregiver. It's no accident that we're here. Lucy Warren, using her gifts. Free tarot card reading. Gonna be on Monday, guys. Yes or no question. Show up for Lucy. Caregiving. Look at what Sniper does for everyone. Sniper's such a understated presence, but he's a presence. That's the important thing. He's understated for a reason. Sosa says, yet here we are, and here we shall remain. And I appreciate that. Phoenix says, much love to you, Willow. If you like company, I can go live and we can sit together. I remember she did this before. If anyone ever wants to go live with me and we'll talk caregiving, our experiences together. Brian says, I only said that because of my youth. I had wished that my father was more open and pushed for creativity with no judgment. You have those fatherly war model qualities. Again, not to get cheesy, not cheesy at all, my friend. I appreciate it. I appreciate that sentiment. And so, Ryan, everything that you said though really makes me feel on point. and I appreciate that so much. Yes, you are. You just help your pets, but well, do you remember when I was having a bit of a bad moment 2, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, actually, probably just about a month ago. You are a caregiver, Selma. Do you remember you reaching out to me if I needed anything? What could you do? Uh, if you need to talk, not just with your pets. You were there for me. Well, says I want to help people, but I try. You do. Selma, and you help people. Selma, you help me quite a bit. MK says also always up to guide some breath work if anyone needs it through video, audio, or lives, or just explain it in the text. Nice, MK. Separate says humbling words twice in one day. That humbling to make the Trinity. That humbling to make a Trinity. Well deserved, though, Sniper. Like I said, you've been a steady presence. I'm going to say my live stream, but I hope you know when I say my live stream, I mean my life. You've been a steady presence for me. I know I can reach out. It's much appreciated. And I'm glad we are connected off of. I love connecting on YouTube. I also love deepening the connection, be it other social media or not. Bo says yes, but I just needed help. So I was just like there for you because you needed me at the time. That's what being a caregiver is. Hey, Asia. Asia, thank you so much for sharing your writing with me. Our friend Asia is an incredibly talented writer. Sissy says, as a result of caring enough to pay attention, we also heal, grow, and become more enriched as a whole. Beautifully said. MK says, I guess caregivers like us only feel like we can accept a bit in return from other caregivers, and then we can also help them in some way. You know, it's a good point, MK. Maybe that's why we're all here. Live stream. Hey, live stream. I like that. That goes in the big book. Let's see, giving you full credit, of course. Let's see how I can work that in. Like I said, full credit to Ryan. Semper says it's reflected back at you, Eric. We are all in this together. We are, absolutely. Skid says, I try to show uh, um, care by giving out free mushy peas. Is that care? Hey, I don't want it to sound like I'm leaving skits out of this. If you're putting out the positive message, the positive vibes, and the beautiful music that Skits is putting out, you are most certainly, most definitely a caregiver. All right. Cypher says live stream. Man, I love that. He says, ward on the streams. Someone says, kisses soul stars. Sniper says, copyright it quickly, Ryan. Too late. It's in the big book. MK says, Soulstar says, so CCC with much love. All right, let's get our breath work in. I'm going to be going to bed in just a minute. Let's do 4 and 8. We're going to breathe in for 4. We're going to exhale for 8. We're going to do it exclusively nasal breathing. It says, let's breath work. Here we go. Making that ha sound, the ujjayi breath. Our friend MK demonstrated it perfectly this afternoon. It's very gentle. So it's like you're fogging up a bathroom mirror with your breath, but with your mouth closed as you breathe in, as you breathe out. This works 2 different ways. It tones the vagal nerve, which is one of the most important nerves in the body. It's the one that is responsible for bringing us back from those high levels of stress that we occasionally need, but we get stuck there. That causes anxiety, causes panic attack, causes all kinds of issues, weakens the immune system. It drains, in yogic terms, it drains our prana, our energy, life force. So when we're doing that little breath, it's toning the vagal nerve to help us come back from that high level down to a lower. And it also helps us extend the breath in both directions to breathe in easier for that count of 4 because it slows the breath down, and it helps us extend the breath as we exhale. Michael says, so you only got up to chapter 6 today? Going to base the chapter on America's alleged sightings of ghost ships. Wow, interesting. Supposedly there's ghost ships in the Chesapeake Bay. Zipper says, my favorite with the 7 hold, but I'm happy with the 9 hold. I like it with the hold too. So for those who, also says, put the Maya to bed and embrace the Pana. Beautifully said. For those who wish to participate, if you could close your eyes and relax the body. We're going to do that by a little scan, starting at the top of the head, and just notice. Notice whatever sensation you feel, and let your awareness travel down your body, pausing at the temples, just noticing. Noticing means relaxation. Just by noting, we start to relax. Note the sensation. Bring the awareness down to the jaw, down to the shoulders, down the arms, and all the way to the fingertips. Become aware of your belly and how it rises with the in-breath and falls with the out-breath. Breathing softly. Bring your awareness to your legs, all the way down to your toes. Now bring your awareness back up to the tip of the nose. And again, notice your breath. Just feel wherever it is that the breath is passing. In as you breathe, out as you breathe. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. Again, using that ujjayi breath through the nose. There's a slight pause. No need to count it. Just notice it. We exhale for a count of 8, extending the breath as if we're releasing air from a balloon. Slow. It's not so much that we are exhaling as we're releasing. And then we gather. Release and we gather. So we're going to start with the gather. We're going to breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release the breath. Relax. Just sit. Relax in that space, completely responsive. And if you want, in that little place of silence that we've created, enter your intention. What is it you intend right now? What is it you're praying for? Just enter it. Say it silently to yourself. Release it. Let it go. And when you're ready, I will see you in the chat. Separate says, so you can also visualize pure light, or like the silver smoke as you breathe for purification. I like doing a lot of work with light, visualizing light. So with that, guys, in just a minute, we're going to go to bed. Someone says hi and back. Welcome back, Selma. Willa says, thanks, Yogi. Needed that. You're welcome, Willa. So tomorrow, I'll do a video and I will offer it in one of the live streams. We're going to do the Metta, Metta, which means loving kindness meditation. Oh, wow. Sue says, Yogi, I just posted the most amazing video I've ever posted. Yoga squirrel eating and her baby's suckling at her. Wow. Bringing your channel up right now. Guys, let's help just when Sue, let's help this video go viral. Just got your channel up. The babies are suckling while Yoga is snacking. Awesome. I'm going to be there in just a minute. Someone says, I feel better. I'm glad you feel better. Well, it says, I don't know how much sleep I'm going to get, but let's see. Someone says, I miss you, Sue. Willa says, "You're amazing, Yogi. Thanks for everything, my friend." Nope, thank you, Willa. She says the baby was trying to figure out how to get the seeds too. And Sissy says, no longer being squeezed like an accordion, time to break out the rattles and just be. Answer the call and spread your wings. Beautiful. Man, I hear that in your voice. As I read that, I could hear that in your voice. Agape Omni Love. Good night, all. Namaste. And if our friend Kat is watching by any chance, and I'm a weird, my friend, um, I hope things are better for you, Kat. And all right, guys, again, thanks for hanging out with me. I love you all. Good night.